Hey guys, I'm back today with another fragrance review. So this review is going to be on a Jennifer Lopez scent that is it's been around for quite a while now. So the review is really long overdue because I've had this scent for a little while now, and it really was one of JLo's first fragrances, but it took, I only got it, I guess, this year, so I don't know why it took me so long to finally get it. I think because it was just really difficult to find. But it's called Still. It came out in 2003, and I think it's one of JLo's most sophisticated fragrances. So I'll tell you a quick story. See, one of the reasons it took me so long to get this fragrance is because I was sort of under the wrong impression of what it smelled like, and it was Walmart's fault, because I was at I don't normally shop at Walmart, but I'll go there every few months randomly with my dad or something, and I was there probably about a year ago, and they had a tester for Still, and I picked it up, and I was like, oh yeah, I've heard of this scent. I knew she had this one, but I've never been able to smell it, so I want to, try it out. I sprayed it on my wrist, and I practically threw up everywhere. It smelled so terrible. This tester smelled so terrible, so strong. It just smelled like nothing but spicy musk. It smelled really gross. And I was like, wow, is that really what Still smells like? So ever since then, I've been completely put off by it. But recently, I saw a bottle of it in a fragrance clearance section at Sears. That's how I sort of came across it. And then when I finally took it home and, tried it out, I realized that, first of all, it's beautiful. And second of all, that Walmart tester must have been from 2003, because there was something just wrong about it. That was not a good representation of Still. It smelled nothing like that day when I sprayed it out of that bottle. So I'm glad I, finally got it, because it's actually really nice. So without further ado, let me now tell you about Still. So here is the box that it came in. And I actually got the largest bottle available, the 100 milliliter. This was the only, they literally had one box of Still, and it was this one. So, I normally don't buy really big bottles, but, it was the only one they had, so I got that one. So this is the box that it comes in. It's a very nice, simple box. It's smooth, it's kind of, sort of shiny. It says Still Jennifer Lopez in the center, and it's just this very light, light brown, gray kind of color. Nothing fancy about the box, no real designs or details, so it really is just a simple, ordinary box. And we got some details on the back there. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you about the bottle. And I think the best way to describe the bottle is a sparkling diamond, because it's this big, sort of prismatic jewel. You can see how the glass in the front is actually, it's not completely smooth, it's kind of flattened and jagged, so it really captures the light, and it shines just like a giant jewel. And what's kind of neat about it is that normally the name of the fragrance is written on the front, but with Still, it's written on the back. So it's written backwards, like Litz by Jennifer Lopez on the back here, so that when you look at it through the gemmed glass, you can see the name written properly. Do you see what I'm saying? So I thought that was kind of neat. I've seen some people kind of put it that way, because that's written on the front, but that's obviously not how you do it. So you put it that way, and you kind of just look through, and you see the name of it. The lid is a white cap. It reminds me of the Liv lids, like the Liv JLo lids, but it's transparent. And this one actually comes with a removable accessory, like a lot of other JLo fragrances. It's a ring. So it sits along the rim of the bottle there, and you can kind of just twist and pull it off. Now, I normally like the JLo accessories, but this one I don't really like. I think because the band is very thick, it's a very thick silver band. I like more thinner rings, and the diamond in it is it's kind of clunky. It's not cut properly, or not, at least not the way that I sort of like them to be. So it is a little bit large, a little bit clunky, and I just don't like it that much. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you guys what Still smells like. So Still is not one of the typical JLo, glow spin-offs that are fruity and sweet. This is not very fruity at all. It's certainly not a sweet scent. It is a more mature, sophisticated scent. It is a very strong floral fragrance, but it has some very interesting notes to it. Actually, there's an inspiration. Well, all fragrances, have to have some sort of inspiration to them, some sort of story. And JLo has a lot of different sort of descriptions about her fragrances. And I actually really like the story behind Still. So I'm actually on her fragrance website right now. So I've just pulled up the Still ad, and I want to read you the story. This is how JLo describes the sort of inspiration behind Still. She has moved so far, so fast. Now she wants to be still. She has given so much, yet she still has more to give. Whatever the future holds, she will still be true to herself. And she sort of goes on to say how it's just about, the fragrance is for someone who really knows themselves and is true to themselves, and it's a really beautiful floral scent. Okay, so what does it smell like? I think this fragrance is really dominated by the top note. Now with a lot of scents, the top note kind of fades away quickly and you're left more with the heart and the base. But I feel with this one, the notes that are in the top, you smell them throughout the entire scent, like it never really fades away. So in the top note of this fragrance, we have mandarin, Earl Grey tea, and a sake note. Now, for those of you who don't know, sake is a rice-based alcoholic beverage that sort of originated from Japan. So, that's sort of a really different kind of note to add in a fragrance. And Earl Grey tea is also in this. And you really smell all three of these notes all three of these ingredients in this top note. When you first spray it, you get a very fresh, clean burst of that Earl Grey tea. And it smells very refreshing, but also very relaxing. It's a very, sort of at peace kind of fragrance. I know that sounds like kind of weird, but I feel very at peace when I wear it. It's like it has that really comforting, calming feel to it. It's citrusy and fresh from that mandarin, but I think it's that sake note that really shines, and that that Earl Grey tea note. I even have a little sake set here that I had to add to the whole atmosphere of the review. Because I really feel like when you smell it, you can just picture yourself sitting under a tree in Japan, drinking sake. Everything is very calm, comforting, relaxing. It's a beautiful day, and that's just really what Still is trying to capture with that really blossoming top note. And then in the heart of the fragrance, we have the florals. So we have some freesia, honeysuckle, and orange blossom. At this point in the fragrance, the top has slightly faded, it's not quite as citrusy and as clean as it once was, but as I said before, you still always smell that sake and green tea note throughout the entire scent. So we still have those going strong, but now everything is becoming a little bit more floral. I'd say out of those three florals, it's the freesia that I smell the most. So at this point, it just becomes a refreshing floral scent. And it sort of keeps with JLo's tradition of loving her scents to be fresh and clean. Her original glow was that out of the shower kind of scent. She has a lot of those sort of fresh, clean scents, and still, since it was her second scent, she, it kind of still has that fresh, clean appeal to it, but it's much more opulent, much stronger, and more sophisticated. And then in the base of the scent, which comes a lot later, the scent lasts quite a while, but in the base of the scent we have amber, sandalwood, and some orris root. I actually don't really... usually when a scent has the amber in the base, it sort of dries down to that sort of warm sweetness, that light musky sweetness. I know her Deseo fragrance had amber and sandalwood in the base, and that warmed up very nicely to a nice sweet sandalwood. But I feel like this one doesn't really do that. I think because that top note is so strong and, you know, the sake and the florals are just really, it's always front row with this fragrance. I feel like the base never really dries down to that warm sweetness. It just kind of dries down to, like just what's left in your cup of tea after you've drank like a pot of green tea or like Earl tea. Like it's just, you can still smell that lingering green leafiness, but you know, it's gone now, it's kind of just dried down. You smell a little bit of the orris, like it's kind of almost earthy, like an earthy kind of floral musk, but I don't really get the amber too much, so it really is more that soft floral, earthy dry down, but you kind of always know that tea, that sake note used to be there. So it's a very complex fragrance. I was impressed with this one, you know, because she does have some that are a little bit more simple, like her Fruity Glow spin-offs. But this one is very well done, very complex, mature. It develops well. It's long-lasting, and it's quite strong. That's something I've noticed. It's probably one of her, well, it definitely is one of her strongest fragrances. You don't need to spray very much of it. And it lasts quite a while. So it sort of has that high quality those high quality characteristics to it. I know it's like, it's not a very expensive fragrance. I got it for pretty cheap because it was in like the clearance section, but it smells and acts like it was worth $80. You know, it's just, it's one of those really nice fragrances. Sometimes I like to think of a word to describe a fragrance, like just one word or maybe one or two words to sort of like capture it. And with this one, the one word I feel that like comes to mind when I smell this, when I wear this, is the word effortless. I feel like it's just that effortless sophistication that like it doesn't try too hard. It's not trying to be, you know, this beautiful fragrance like some of them are. It really is just very calming and relaxed, and yet it's as if you know, that beautiful sophistication just comes naturally to it. So it's just effortless. That's what I think of when I smell this. So in terms of other products and sizing, you can get it in 4 different sizes. This is the largest one. You can get the 1.7 ounce or the 1 ounce, and you can also get a small little miniature of it, which I believe is like 7 milliliters. It's very small. Yeah, and the 3 larger bottles do come with the ring, but the mini one does not. And for other products, there's a lotion and a shower gel. But as I said, this one's sort of hard to find because it's quite old, and I really only saw that 1 bottle of it once when I snatched it up as soon as I could. So I don't have the lotion or the shower gel. I think they would be really good products, though. I could sort of imagine them already just being really high quality, but of course I haven't tried them, so I can't really review those. Still is actually one of the only fragrances from Jennifer Lopez that did not receive any flankers or spin-offs to it. It's just Still. There's no Still After Dark or like Summer Still. There's none of those. It's just Still on its own. And it was, you know, 2003, so I don't think she's going to bring it back with like a new version of it. But if you can get it, or if you can find it, you know, at least try it if you're looking for a fragrance as what I've described. If you want a sort of break from the fruities and the sweets, and you want something with a little bit more heart to it, then try Still by JLo. I think it's her most complex, most sophisticated scent. It's not necessarily my favorite JLo because I have another one that I, you know, adore, but this is definitely one of her better ones. Oh, okay, so when to wear Still. I mean, because it's so effortless, as I said before, you can wear it anytime you want, really. But I think it is quite sophisticated. I think it's beautiful for like an evening kind of fragrance. You can be dressed up while you wear this. It's definitely, you know, it can go with formal wear. But you could also just wear it on, you know, a regular day just to smell really nice. So it's sort of versatile that way. And also one thing that's good about it is that it's strong enough for like the winter time, but it's fresh and sparkling enough that you could even, like, it's summer right now, it's a hot day, I'm wearing it and I'm really enjoying it. Like, I don't feel like there's too much on me or it's not a summer scent. Like, I feel like it is refreshing enough for spring and summer, but strong enough for fall and winter. Like, it has that sort of depth to it. So I feel like you can just wear this anytime. So it really is a versatile scent. Okay, so I've reached the end of the review, and now I'm going to do a quick summary of Still, the whole experience you get from when wearing it. So Still is an effortless floral fragrance. It starts off with Earl Grey tea, a sake note, and mandarin orange. It's very sparkling and uplifting when you first spray it, and is very carefree and relaxing. It warms up into a more floral heart with freesia, honeysuckle, and orange blossom. At this point it smells still very refreshing and sophisticated, but things are starting to become a little bit more floral, the freesia being the one that sort of comes out the most, but you still always smell that crisp Earl Grey tea note. And the base of the scent, we have the amber, sandalwood, and orris. It doesn't quite dry down to anything too sweet, but it does kind of just become a soft floral musk with that lingering hint of earthy tea from the top. Very long lasting, and I would definitely recommend this one for any JLo fan, but more for just someone who really wants an easy to wear yet sophisticated fragrance. Okay, so that's my review of Still by JLo. I'm glad I finally got it. So her new one, Love and Light, is available now. Not here where I live, of course, but once that becomes available, I'm going to get that one as well. So other than this one, the only other JLo that I haven't reviewed yet is My Glow, which is the one she made with like the little angels on top. So I'll talk about that one later on. But that's my review for today. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you're having a wonderful summer.